My name is Ashley Stewart, and I am a middle childhood education major at Wright State University, and I am part of the class of 2015. I am from a small town in rural Ohio called South Charleston, and I wouldn't want it any other way. Being from such a small community, I learned to always put my family first, and that's the way it will always be. I'm very close to both my mom and my dad, even though they separated long ago. Because of this situation, both sets of my grandparents have been very involved in my life, and I look up to them just like parents. Though my parents taught me how to be strong, my grandparents taught me how to be humble, kind, compassionate, and to put others first. So you may be wondering, what does any of this have to do with me wanting to become a teacher? When my parents made their separation official, it was 4 days before my one and only little sister's second birthday. My little sister was the center of my world, and I would make sure that I could do anything to make sure that the circumstances would always be in her favor. My freshman year of high school was also my little sister's first year of school. That year she started kindergarten. My entire high school career I spent every morning getting my little sister ready for school, packing her lunch, getting her on the bus, and putting myself second. We would come home from school, and the first thing we would always do was her homework to make sure it was correct, and then we would make dinner together. She would help me as much as she could. After I would get her ready for bed, I would finally take time to do my own homework. Sometimes this would get stressful, but I always felt like I was doing the right thing. My little sister was the biggest inspiration to me. Because of her, I have learned to put others first. I have learned how to be patient, and I have learned that working with children is something I want to do for the rest of my life. My little sister just turned 11, and though now I am gone away at school, she still calls me to ask for homework help. She asks me to come home to help her get ready for her school dances, and still accepts me and trusts me just the way she always has. While I was in high school, I was involved in many organizations as I could make time for, such as FCCLA, NHS, varsity sports teams, the school musical, and so on, but my favorite thing that I was ever part of was 4-H. I served as a club secretary, was on the fashion board, and my favorite activity with the 4-H program was being a camp counselor. I developed a love for 4-H camp when I went for the first time as a 10-year-old. When I went as just a little camper. I had so much fun with my friends that I wanted to go back every single year. When I became old enough to become a camp counselor, I was so excited. Finally, I could make 4-H camp a special thing for all the young 4-H members, as the older ones had once made it for me. We structured all kinds of activities for a week-long camp, an overnight camp at that. We spent an entire year planning this camp, and every year it was worth it. We had put on 2 camps, a junior camp for 9 to 11-year-olds and a senior camp for 12 to 14-year-olds. My favorite was always the junior camp. The kids would get so excited over all the activities that it was one of the most rewarding things I think I have ever done. Even though sometimes we had to deal with more serious issues like homesickness and bullying, every minute of it was worth it. Through this experience and other experiences I had with the 4-H program, I realized how rewarding it was to work with children. Through my personal life experiences that I have had, working in the community and working with the youth, it has shaped me into the person that I have become and the person that I choose to be. This is something that I would never want to change. So this is just a short history about me to let you know why I want to be a teacher.